All the best to the two boys, Lucas as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the around the grounds in the RD5, we're unable to track the scores down from the Castlemaine game. But
I'll tell you what, Yendi, the ball's been bounced right here.
That's a different venue. This is our venue here on Highlands FM. RDFNL rocking the Rangers footy here on Highlands FM, and we'll see a ball up. It's the Bombers to your left and the Kangaroos to your right. We're seeing a bit of overcast conditions here at the moment, but that shouldn't play a bit of an impact here on this game, as the Bombers are kicking to the attacking end of the ground, which just by pure coincidence, that's been the case for the afternoon as the ball comes up to half forward. Matty Walsh, good mark, good courage, wore a bump there from Morrison. Courageous stuff. Could that be the act that gets them back into the game?
Ping!
Mark taken there by Murphy of the Dylan variety. Hasn't looked like having a dominant influence that he had last week, with 6 goals against the Blues as he pumps the ball long. Ball brought to ground there by Kaufman. Ball 52 metres out from goal. Looking to dish out a hand there for the Kangaroos out towards House. He's wrapped up there by Foreman. Good tackle, ball up. About 52 metres out from goal. It's the Bombers by 46 points.
And the Bomber supporters, of course, not the Bomber, the Kangaroo supporters hoping for a fairy tale start to this last half of football here at Riddell Reserve.
Well, and when you've got Matt Darby on his own there for the Bombers inside the forward 50, it's not going to happen for you if you're a Kangaroos fan, as we see a boundary throw in. He took that beautifully and put under a bit of pressure there, and we see a boundary throw in. But if Darbs is playing, he does seem to be playing that loose man there, Kenny. That's pretty scary. There's a loose man for the Kangaroos. He's got to be somewhere. As Karras brings the ball to ground, gets his own ruck, and balls it forward, and picked off there by Kane Murphy for the Roos. Up towards half forward now, and spots up Campbell.
It looked a bit better. They're actually creating the loose man there, and he's got the vision to see him coming out and pinged it right on his chest. Good football as he comes in to mark, go for goal.
Well, he kicks from 52 metres out from goal. Never looked like going anywhere near it.
Pretty mongrel sort of kick, was it, really? Didn't get much. Didn't get far off the ground at all. It was almost a worm burner, but it was 20 feet high.
Yeah, that's right. And it came off heads there, through for a minus score. Well, it's the start.
It is. At least it was a score. Give the Kangaroos a little bit inside, a bit of hope that maybe, yes, you can get it down there and do something with it.
As the ball moves out towards the outer side, Bombers good use of handball, looking for a teammate further up the field. Oof. Ball comes off Ham. Morrison crashing packs like Jared Roughhead would for the Hawks. As the ball out there on the outer side, handball inboard now. Clever tap there from Adam Walsh towards Campbell, who handballs into space. As Geordie Taylor overran the ball, and now they're on here. Ryan Pretty, left foot kick inside the forward 50. Ball 15 metres out from goal. Good work there from Murphy of the Dylan variety. He's just squeezed out a handball there. Tried to take on one too many. And now the Bombers, they'll look to punish them on the outer side. Although a good spoil there from Brenton Sutherland. Too good there for Paul Salberg. We'll see a boundary throw at 55.5 metres out from goal.
They seem to be playing a little bit more inspired football here, the Kangaroos. They seem a bit more determined, a bit more guts and go in this particular quarter, and let's hope it reflects how the rest of the day goes. And I tell you what, the late chocolates. It's Mother's Day times, I tell you. Very much indeed.
Jez and Nolan looking after us here on Highlands FM. Some good chocolate there for Mum.
Thank you very much indeed. Compliments of the Riddell Football Club, and very nice indeed. Chocolates for Mother's Day, and beautiful Lindor chocolates as well. That's a creme de la creme, Yendi.
Mum will love those. She loves her Lindor.
Yeah, but give one to my wife too. Well, me, I'll sacrifice again. But hang on, Barb's on a diet. We'll see what happens.
Mrs. Elmore would like to be enjoying this good football here as a Kangaroos out in the middle of the ground here, Kenneth. We're not too sure over the outer side there as the Bombers press forward.
The player is down behind play here. He's actually prone on the ground. The runner going out. It's one of the Bombers.
That's Tom Borg there for
Tom Borg. I'll keep my eye on him, Yendi, while you follow the play there. And But does not look very comfortable. He's certainly moving, but he doesn't look at all comfortable lying on his back, his knee in the air, and obviously writhing a little bit out there, trying to make his way to his feet now. Certainly he's sitting up, so if his mother or family are listening, he's out there and he's awake. That's something with him, but he just looks a little bit sick at the moment. we'll bring you a report. We'll keep an eye on there and see you right up to date.
I think he might have copped a knee in the back there, going back to the flight of the ball. Is Morrison here in the middle of the ground for the Bombers. Just a little kick, just pulled up a little bit short. This could favour Ruffle. Good tap there from Gregory, hoping to create something there. But Pete Robertson up to Ross. Goal! You betcha they're on the roll here. As Borg, I think they might...
They're calling for a stretcher, I think, Andy. They are calling for a stretcher, I think.
Well, that's unfortunate there for the Kangaroos also there, because Borg, I think, was playing in the midfield. That freed up Ross.
All play will stop now, won't it? Because the stretcher is on the field. It's being taken across to the player.
As the margin here is out to a game high 51 points. But Borg doesn't look like... Not moving too well at all, but as you said, Kenny, it wasn't more of a concussion thing. He was awake.
Yes, he's actually got, he's actually not as if he's out cold or anything like that. He actually is just obviously in a fair bit of pain there, and they're going to get him on the stretcher. They're putting him on the stretcher as we speak now.
So we've got a time on that one with the stretcher at the 4-minute mark here of this term. As Ross went through to kick a goal, so we will lose a few minutes here.
Yes, both clubs are actually now formed a huddle, so they actually make valuable time to analyse how far the play's been going in this particular quarter, the third quarter, and that's often the match-winning quarter of the third quarter here. But we hope Borg is okay as he's being taken off the ground.
Did you happen to see the play? It happened really quickly.
Didn't see it as well, and I'm sure there's nothing untoward about it. It's just one of those things that does happen in football, and. But I just had my eyes off temporarily, and let's hope he's all right. There are 4 people bringing the stretcher off the ground now.
But I think, as you said, Kenny, the pace of this game has just been lightning quick, and that's just how quick something like that can happen.
That's right.
I think he might have copped a knee to the back of the ribs there or something, because the legs were moving okay. Hopefully, perhaps be able to get a diagnosis from him. But
I think we'll try and follow up on that one, Yendi, especially for the family might be listening in. So we'll try and we can follow up and hope that Tom has sustained, probably a painful, but hopefully not a serious injury there. We'll try and duck across the dressing room shortly, mate. We'll try and keep everyone informed. But at the moment, the score there, Yendi, just to keep us all in the loop.
The Bombers 11-7-73 to 3-4-22 game high. 51-point margin. It's going to get worse here as Cam Casson advances forward there for the Bombers, but a good mark taken there by Matt Leonard, going back with the flight of the ball for the Kangaroos. Defensive 30, off a step, pumps it long. And I think that might have been Campbell who went up but couldn't take the purchase. But now Karras here for the Bombers. He'll pump the ball long. It's a good 2-on-2 contest. Ruffle comes off hand. Morrison dribbles it, and through. They will be saying Jimmy Who after today, of course, reference to Morrison playing up forward in the place of James Nolan.
Yes, indeed. I tell you what, give him a split second and bang, he was in there. He saw that little flicker of opportunity and said, thank you very much, I'll make this mine. Kicked the ball in, and a comfortable little goal there, and a very handy score for the Bombers to start off this third quarter. And, so to make things worse, the poor old Kangaroos, not only they sustained an injury to Tom Borg, but now they've had a goal pumped on them as well.
Well, the last Kangaroos goal came off the boot of one John Baker at the 3-minute mark of the second term. We've now just ticked on 7 minutes in the third, by which point the Bombers have gone on to kick 6 goals. And they could kick another one here as Blade gets another centre clearance. A good diving attempt to mark there from King there at ground level at half forward there for the Bombers. Morrison in it again, dishes at the handball towards, I think that might have been Ross, who had Matt Welsh hot on his hammer. We'll now see a ball up 40 metres out from goal. And apologies to some listeners out there if the quality's not too flash out there on your radio dial. We do apologise. We're working on the 2 of us here today. A scent of an oily rag and plowing through. It's Mother's Day.
Yes, we're doing our very best here. There's a bit of a challenge, technical challenge to us all, but we hope at least you're getting us fairly loud and clear, and hope you can put up with a bit of interference.
Well, considering if you're a Bombers supporter here this afternoon, and Karras winning the ruck as he does so effortlessly again, ricochets out to Foreman. Or is it Paul Salberg? I'm not sure. Spin around, son. It is Paul Salberg. And he let the crowd know about it. It was like a runaway train as he stormed into the goal for that one. And that is another. That is 3 goals in the space of 9 minutes, including a 2-minute passage of play. Well, actually, including the stretcher break.
Yeah, indeed. So
That is, it's looking pretty scary. 63 points. Now, I don't want to use statistics here, Kenny.
But
at the 18-minute mark of the third term yesterday, the Cats brought the margin back to 64 points. It's 63 points at the moment. We're not going to see, if the game goes as it is, we're not going to see anything of what we saw yesterday.
Thanks, Bruce.
Playing on hands and knees there for the Bombers. Up towards forward, picked off there by the Kangas. That's Jake Powell. Sends the ball up towards centre wing. Trimboli nursed underneath it. Picked up there by Wallen there for the Bombers. Blade again goes by hand out to Anthony Samet. Again, good linkage of handballs and a good tackle holding the ball. Free kick to the Kangaroos.
Come on, Kangas, do something with it, boys.
Kick up towards the middle of the ground now.
Yes.
But the time off had been called, Kenny.
Okay.
So, which was a shame there because Jakey Young was metres in the clear in the middle of the ground. As I think that's Opie there with the ball. Umpire calls into play on. They're not running with confidence, Kenny. I'm just a bit worried at the moment. As the ball goes out towards Adam Walsh there at centre wing, but he spots up a teammate there in Dylan Murphy. Goes by foot towards Baker. Does he take the mark? No, he doesn't. Dribbles out of bounds. Boundary throw in. We've ticked on 10 minutes. It's the Bombers 13-7, 85 to 3-4-22. Last Kangaroos goal coming, of course, at 3-minute mark of the second term.
The last possession for the Kangaroos, the bloke was looking for options. There weren't options. There were other times for Romsey. Some of the other players in the back line, they would come past, run forward and get creating the movement going again, get the momentum going, so give them a chance to reposition. Plays continued.
As a kick across the face of goal goes out of bounds. So it has been a bit of a stop-start.
Yeah, it was a stop-start stuff rather than looking for any opportunity to try and open up the game, get the ball rolling, get it moving again. It's almost stop and prop stuff, you know.
And we're not, we're not being biased in the. To say that no one from the Kangaroos is prepared to take the game on.
That's right.
As the ball is a bit of a scrimmage, so to speak, there on the around the goal mouth there for the Kangaroos. A kick into the right of it, Dial on hands and knees there. I think that might have been Robertson. Not too sure. Plenty of pack starts to form there, and we've got the kids out here today, Kenny.
Fantastic to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little kids all be under 5 and they're having a lovely time. Not interested in the football, but they're arm in arm and they're loving it.
Here in Highlands FM as Pat Karras just shoveled up the corridor there for the Bombers out of the ruck contest. Picked up there by Kane Murphy. Here's a chance. That's the one they needed.
Yes, at long last.
And the horns, the crowd goes nuts.
Absolutely bananas, and we hope this might just be a change in the play style of the Kangaroos, because nothing gives you a bit of a spur along than a goal after a long drought like that. There's also been a half of football before they got another kick, or another goal, I should say.
Well, it's a long, long time between goals, but 57 points to the margin. Well, it's a good side, the Kangaroos.
Yes, indeed, but they've actually been given a bit of a lesson here this afternoon.
Which I don't think anyone expected here today.
No.
Dave Bruno in the ruck there for the Bombers. He wins the tap down. Sutherland tries to dispossess it or tries to take it out of his hands. We'll see a ball up just right of centre. The Kangaroos end 28-85. As Dan Wardley, the umpire, just bring it more around the centre circle. Clear off a bit of a mud patch there as Bruno brings it down to ground. Ethan Foreman tries to dish it out to Paul Selberg. The two lookalikes just causing trouble here on Highlands FM, and everywhere you go, they need a different hairstyle. Speaking of different hairstyle, Game Murphy's got speed to burn. But Darby goes back with the fly of the ball, rides the pump, gets a handball out to a teammate there.
Oh, bounces arrogantly.
I think that's Harry Taylor. Very, very clever.
Found his man. He couldn't hold the ball.
Morrison probably dropped one of the easiest marks in the world.
Yeah. There's a touch of class about the way they're handling the ball at the moment, the Bombers, and that's what's happening on the scoreboard. It's reflecting that application.
Just left of centre now on the scoreboard wing. Gathered there by the Bombers. I think it might have been for Pete Robertson. Just out there by Murphy of the Kane variety. Ball heads out towards the boundary line. As David House, who's been very, very quiet today from his standard. And the Bombers are able to win possession and spot up Hayden Ross in the middle of the ground. He switches across to the commentary side. And I think that might be Taylor again off a standing step. Spots up Foreman here on the commentary side. Ethan Foreman here for the Bombers. Pumps the ball up towards half forward. Good mark there from Welsh. intercepting in front of I think that Harry Taylor who ran across from the other end of the ground. The ball comes up towards centre wing. Foreman with first dukes to it, and Geordie Taylor tries to claim the ball as it goes out of bounds. It's the Bombers by 57 points, ticked on 14 minutes. Third term action here on Highlands FM.
Tell you what, Coach Cuff could do very well to watch the Red Onion video of this particular match this week, and he'd point out some of these players just where they're not getting the play running.
Well, if it is a position that he might have due to unfortunate circumstances for a little while, this could be the one that changes their season here.
Yep.
But it would anyway for everyone looking on, as Sutherland is awarded a free kick in front of us here for the Kangaroos. To Matwell, Sutherland getting it from a shepherding out of the contest. Ball up towards centre half forward. Bashed forward by Kane Murphy. Went higher than it did on the distance front. Covered well there, Murphy. Went to apply the tackle. Ball slips out the back now. Matt Samet very quiet from his standards here in this third term after a great first half. Ball about 48 metres out from the Kangaroos goal. Matwell's dishes that by hands to Campbell. He's stripped off it there by Geordie Taylor. Kangaroos applying enormous pressure by moving the ball backwards or moving towards the goals, but Matt Darby just throws the ball on his boot as far as he can, and there's 3 Roos, 1 Bomber, and the Roos should prevail out there on the outer side. House inside the forward 50, up towards the right forward pocket. Ball comes off hands. Crumbs here for the Kangaroos if they're good enough. Ball dished out now to Kaufman. He had his at the kick smothered. Now Ross. He was looking straight and kicked out to the right, the corner of his eye. Saw a teammate. Clever tap there from Blade. Powell nursed his man underneath the ball. We'll see a ball up just right of centre. The commentary side, 57 points of margin. Kenny.
Very good indeed. A lot of good second efforts there as well in that particular passage of play there, right here on the Riddell Reserve.
Backs go up again, falls into lap of Bruno, dispossessed straight away. Ross there with the barrel out towards the front of us here. Paul Selberg keeps it in front of Kane Murphy, loops it up towards good contest there as Gregory comes in board and marks strongly there for the Kangas. Finds Ty Cuff, very quiet today, haven't called his name too many times. Kick up towards the middle of the ground.
We're creating position. This is better play from the Kangaroos.
They've been listening to you, Kenny.
They have indeed. They're moving the ball quicker. They're actually making the loose man, and it's pretty to watch.
Here's Opie inside the forward 50, up towards Campbell, spoiled. King couldn't quite pick it up there. He's clobbered there by Lowry, 48 metres out from goal, the Kangaroos. We'll see another ball up.
There's a little bit more vigour, a little bit more pep in this last little passage of play there, Andy. If they had a bit more of that today, we might have had a marginally different result.
Well, 8 minutes since the Bombers' last goal, and the Kangaroos have been switched on. It's a shame they just haven't got it on the scoreboard. As Matt Samet works his way out of traffic, finds Geordie Taylor. Just went the 15 and a half, perhaps in that case. Back to Samet. Underground kick there towards Blade. Just almost shovels it out towards Foreman. We'll see a pack form. And umpire Jason Mansley was getting ready to penalise. And it's holding the ball. Free kick to the Bombers. You can see he was ready for it. He was all over it. And
pulling the ball back, pulling it back.
Just to get him around his mark.
Yep.
To Blade. A Bowen medal winner too for 2009. In Macedon colours, of course, in his only year. Switches across the outer side towards Darby. Tries to take on King. He's a very tough character, King. And it affected the pressure there to almost cause the turnover. Dylan Murphy lays the tackle, holding the ball. Good intensity there from the Kangaroos. As we're getting to service that, it's fine. We're getting into the pink spirit here, Kenny. We're loving it here.
Oh, fantastic. Very much. Thank you very much to the Riddell's team here for giving you some goodies, Andy.
This is heaven.
Pink donuts, you name it. Fantastic stuff.
So, of course, they are rattling the tins here for the breast cancer BCNA as House has taken a great mark in the left forward pocket. But, of course, all proceeds going to the Breast Cancer Network Australia, or Association, I think. As House looking to become the first multiple goal kicker for the Kangaroos. And he's in the left forward pocket. Question of accuracy.
Dear.
That reflects the way the Kangaroos have been playing today.
A golden opportunity there, and it's gone out on the melee ball.
It's 57 points to margin. Have not seen us score in, quite a few minutes. Probably about 7 or 8 minutes now. Here on Highlands FM. A boundary throw in on the outer side. Right forward pocket there for the Kangaroos to the right of your dial. The train station end as the ball heads outside the forward 50 after the ruck hit out. Plenty of Bombers around this one. They're just knocking it on, hoping to draw some space. Geordie Taylor goes by hand back to his brother out there on the outer side, or is that Kane North? Not too sure. Up towards Joel Morrison, nursed underneath it. In fact, a free kick's been paid and will go to the Kangaroos. So on the outer side, Kane Murphy, defensive 49, across the outer side, back to Powell in the middle of the ground now. Kick up towards half forward. Bombers with plenty of numbers around this one. They should prevail. Dan Selberg has more time in the world as he does a looping kick up towards Paul Selberg, his brother. The brother's looking to combine here, and he works hard to try and get his own footy again. Good pressure there from the Kangas. Slips out now to Matt Sammett inside the forward 50. Over the head of Robertson. It's a 3-on-1 in favour of the Kangas. And they should settle, Kenny.
They have indeed settled. They had the numbers there, but by gosh.
Well, they went up the corridor, couldn't quite make the most of this one as the kick will come out towards Ethan Foreman. Clobbered there by Jared Pretty. How's the prior? He didn't have prior. We'll see a ball up just left of centre. It's 13-7-85 to 4-4-28 in favour of the Bombers here, leading the Kangaroos. Again,
a minute ago, there was just again prop and stop play from the Sunbury Kangaroos.
Just ticked on 20 minutes, third term here on Highlands FM as Powell falls over the ball. Umpire says play on, 65 out from goal. Cuff back into the action now to Murphy, who has lifted. That's of the Kane variety. Spots up Jason King. Left foot kick up towards half forward. Finds Campbell, should go back and kick the goal from 48. He does!
Yes.
Bang! It was like a kick in slow motion. And it's good to see the number 18, Kenny.
Indeed.
we know what he was like, the duck.
The duck, indeed. The famous duck. He's back in favour again now.
He's a good man, the duck.
A good bloke now.
Forgets the past now.
That's it.
This is back-to-back goals here for the Kangaroos for the first time in the game.
Yeah, good to see, at least for their supporters' point of view, sticking around here because it's been a bit sad up till now.
Well, hopefully they can get a couple more on the board here on Highlands FM, rocking the Macedon Rangers footy. We hope you're enjoying our company wherever you may be listening on this sunny Mother's Day afternoon.
It is indeed. Ball up.
85-34. Ross goes by a hand now for the Bombers. Picked up there by Paul Selberg. Out towards Anthony Sammett. Lays a really good tackle there on Ty Cuff. As the ball comes out now, the umpire says play on, advantage there from the high tackle, and Matt Sammett, Jakey Powell can't get anywhere near him. And he tried to take the bounce, which slowed him down a little bit, around 50 metres out from goal. Dan Selberg just takes on his opponent there in Matt Leonard inside the 450. Oh! They made you wait for it as he finds play 20 out.
Got options. They've got options every time they've got the ball. Wonderful stuff to watch, and hopefully it certainly deserves a goal from this little passage of play.
Well, it's about maintaining possession, Ken.
Absolutely.
And that's what they've done. And there's enough skill in this team to ensure that they can do all of those things.
Here goes Jason King now with what should be a goal.
Chance here for the Bombers.
It is a goal. Well done, Jason King there. Spots that goal. And now, it wasn't Jason, it was Aaron Blade, my apologies. I've got the numbers changed around here. That's right.
That's all right. It's Jason King has had an opportunity up the other end as well. So you've been hot on it there, Kenny.
Yeah.
Just enjoying and indulging this great tucker.
Oh, beautiful tucker. Thank you very much to the Riddell Club for feeding the commentators.
Yep, and hopefully the cameraman too, yeah. Yep, loving his work here today, Matty, here on rdfl.org.au. Check out the footage. Mother's Day footy, Bombers, the Kangaroos. Check out some of the great highlights.
Ball up.
91-34 in favour of the Bombers here, 57 points the margin. Chance here for Trimboli. And when he gets a chance, he is a very, very good player when he gets going, young Mitch. As he sends the ball up towards half forward, Kane North goes out to Geordie Taylor. Left foot kick, looking for Sammett. And a free kick's been awarded there to Dylan Cuff for too high in the contest there on centre wing. Kick up towards and finding Campbell. He kicked the goal a few moments ago. Although...
Can't believe why there isn't a player running past giving him an opportunity to hand it on.
I would have loved Trimboli to just go past, but
yeah.
instead he pumps the ball along, and Kaufman has a shot at goal. And we'll see a boundary throw in. He kicked it straight, but it went straight towards the boundary in the process, 25 out from goal.
And it's about to be brought back into play as they rescue it from under a car somewhere down there.
Yeah.
But again, sunshine streaming down here at Riddell, and lovely conditions to watch footy.
Still disappointed we didn't have the Castlemaine scores, but we'll get the Maryborough scores up to date when we can as Rucks go up again. Of course, no AFL games on until we finish this coverage. As a kick there from the Bombers out towards half forward there, Dan Selberg takes the mark on against Jake Powell. Mark and or free kick. Just ticked on 24 minutes in this third term. Up towards half forward, Crows nursed underneath it there. Umpire not in the position to determine was that or was not a free kick. As the Kangaroos looking to jet set again here. Ryan Pretty goes by right foot, switches across the outer side. Back into the corridor now. Overcooked it, but it somehow found its way to Pretty in the middle of the ground. Opie. Oh, sorry, it's Anthony Leonard. Winds up towards right half forward. Baker flies, but he had to get over big Dave Bruno, Kenny.
Indeed, Bruno's into everything today.
A beautiful kick out there towards Harry Taylor. Spots up Crows, not quite there. Good spoil came from Kane Murphy. He's played a quarter to remember. And by far, probably the Kangaroos' best in our eyes. As Morrison, well, at least in mine, Kenny, I'm not too sure for yours. I can't speak on behalf of us. As
Indeed.
40 metres out from goal, left foot kick on its way on the bell.
Ooh, right on the siren there.
And that was, I think that was from Ross. As that is 3/4 time here after quarter that went 25 minutes. Kenny?
Yes, they've actually been longish quarters. Of course, that was a long quarter because, of course, we had the injury there to Tom Borg. We'll try and get some report on Tom's condition. And we bring you back after this break. We'll be with you. Wrap up the first 3 quarters, look towards the future, and we'll be considering who's going to win the Hanging Rock Winery Player of the Day here on 100.7 Highlands FM. The Riddell Reserve.
And Rucks go up again. Karras brings the ball to ground, battling it away. And we'll see a secondary ball up here on Highlands FM. The Kangaroos to your left and the Bombers to your right.
That's it.
I hope you're enjoying our company wherever you may be listening, whether you be at home or just kicking back and relaxing out in the garden. As the Bombers press forward again and wrapped up beautifully there. Ethan Foreman there by Ty Cuff. We'll see a ball up. The Bombers attacking and, of course...
And remember today, mum's the word.
Mum's the word.
That's
so
it.
Everything that Mum says, she's right. But she's right every day. Let's be honest. We just appreciate just a little bit more as we have a secondary ball up. So 3 ball ups in the opening minute. Just reflects that the Kangaroos are here to play. As the ball knocked out there by Karras. Played on hands and knees. Matt Summit, he's wrapped up. Pete Robertson working hard there as Dylan Cuff gets a very clever kick out towards Derby though. As Ryan Pretty was away in his lurches and the ball just slipped into the hands there of Hayden Ross for the Bombers. Up towards half forward now and the ball goes up towards, I think that was Cam Casson. And we'll see a boundary throw around about 45 metres out from goal.
Tell you what, Yendi, it's a credit to fitness coaches on both sides of this team because they've tell you what, it's been pretty frenetic action all day and they haven't seen, they're not as if they're tiring or abating, they're still putting their hearts and soul into this game.
Rucks go up again. Ball slips up towards centre half forward. Casson goes again. Blade tries to shrug off Opie. Just got the hands away to Robertson. They're being pushed towards the boundary line. He's like a slippery eel. He says, come and get me. But you can't. As he sends the ball up towards Crows. Bounces in favour of Ruffle. Bounces up towards the goal square. And heads out towards the boundary line. Kicked out of there by Dylan Murphy. And of course, we did speak about Meech listening in. He's in the hospital in Melbourne listening to us today, Kenny. So
that shows our reach. We can get far distances, long distances on the right weather days on 100.7 Highlands FM.
Well, he'd be happy to know that the Sunbury Kangaroos did win the under-18 and a halves and played some of the most brilliant football that they did. That's the standard of last year. As we have another boundary throw-in, they won that one by 14 points. And seeing the thick of the action there.
Yes.
Without giving too much away, Roger Allen was simply sensational, and look out for him. He's going to be a player to watch for the future as the Kangaroos looking to send the ball forward now, up towards centre half forward. They've got the chance here through Campbell. He's got a couple of bombers hot on his hammer, picked off there by Kane North, a very likely type. And he hits Anthony Samet on the chest, centre wing commentary side. It's the Bombers by 58 points. And 50-metre penalty. Now, Jake Powell did think that the umpire indicated play on. And Powell ran forward quite a fair bit.
Yes, he did. Oh, there's no doubt he certainly infringed as far as being the man on the ball. But as you say, I think it was called it was play on, and he thought he was getting on with it.
Well, maybe he's just telling Samet, just come on. As Powell stands about 45 metres out from goal. Short kick up to Ruffy. Brian Ruffle. And he's probably about 20 metres out from goal on a slight angle. But he's been in hot form today, Kenny.
He has.
3-2.
3-2, and this should be another one on his score sheet. He's going back. Quite a deliberate shot for goal. Not much of an angle.
Not much, and this is to put the margin out to 64 points.
Yeah, it's over 10 goals, and it is.
It's holding its line. It's through.
Oh, right through the high diddle. Another goal there. As you say, the Markets, they've blown out to over 10 goals lead here to the home side, the Bombers, and they certainly deserve that lead. They've been playing creative football. As I said before, both sides to be congratulated on the fact they've maintained a pretty frenetic pace all day. They've been non-stop go, go, go. And often you imagine at this time of the game that players start to sag and to sort of look drained. But these boys are still putting in every effort in the sun, under the sun.
Well, it's 15-8, 98 to 5-4, 34. Again, a result that not too many people would have expected, but we've been here for about 2.5 quarters to the extent where the result has been a formidable conclusion here as Robertson for the Bombers. He pumps the ball along up towards centre half forward. Joel Morrison, umpire, said didn't have enough of it.
Gee. Well, the umpire's on the spot. To me, he looked like he had enough purchase there to pay the mark, but no, he said no, he wasn't in control of the ball. Let's play on.
Well, some good pressure there from the Kangaroos' defence as rucks go up. And a push out and a free kick will go to the Kangas at the true centre-half back position. We'll go to Brenton Sutherland. Umpire doesn't...
Frustrated, looking for options there, and there's nothing much happening.
Well, Dylan Murphy kicks the ball out wide, and that was just the only option that he had.
Yeah.
As a teammate is dispossessed out there on the outer side. Handball dished up. Morrison overruns the ball, goes back. Good pressure there from Ty Cuff. We'll see another boundary throw in. Just probably about 65 metres out from the Bombers' goal.
In your favourite commentary position, mate, about 47,000 miles from the comm box. It's miles out over there.
We need the telescope.
We need the Red Onion Man to zoom in for us.
As Walsh drops one that he should have taken out there on centre wing in front of the scoreboard. Pete Robertson goes by hand to Anthony Samet, who concedes ground. Back to Ross, out towards Paul Salberg, up towards right half forward. Darby! How's the mark? No, umpire says play on. Good spoil there from Matt Leonard. Now we know when the Bombers are very comfortable, they just seem to have a habit of dropping Matt Darby forward. Yeah. That's just what they do.
They do indeed.
And he's got vice-like grip, and for mine, he's the best marker in the competition. And for Matt Leonard to effect a good spoil there is a tribute to his abilities as a backman.
Yes.
As Selberg goes by hand now out to Blade, out towards Casson. They're conceding ground. Almost a throw there. And yes, it was. Free kick to the Kangas across half back. They've played better in this second half, Kenny.
Yeah, they have. but they're not consistent enough, though, mate. That's the trouble. They flash in, but they flash out again. And they're not going to win football matches that way.
Sutherland up towards centre wing. Ryan Pretty had to come from behind. He might be of an advantage here. No, it just drifts out of bounds, just right of centre. Perhaps they conceded that the game was over quite early on in the piece, and they're happy just to stem the bleeding.
Well, it might appear to be the case.
Well, this is... I'll make a further comment now after in the next passage of play. As Jake Young says, this is sort of what we didn't want to happen yesterday, Kenny. When the game was in the bag, Romsey, they ran with it. Now, Macedon and Sunbury Kangaroos, different opposition. But Romsey, they tore the game apart when it got to a 10-goal margin. They just kept going and going and going.
Kept going for the
and it went
jugular.
Kept going. It was a 25-goal win. Whereas today, well, we knew this game was in the bag, but the margin hasn't differed between 9 to 10 goals.
No.
As they press forward now, the Bombers to Matt Samet.
They must have heard you.
Because Matt Samet's just snuck in a ripper of a goal. The crowd goes crazy, and that's the game high. 70 points of margin. There we go. The mums here are loving it.
Happy Mother's Day, girls.
That's footy at its finest here on Highlands FM.
And this is what community football's all about. You get the family involved in getting out and having a bit of a giggle and a bit of fun in the fresh air, and it's a lovely sunny day down here at Riddell Reserve, and we're having a good day even though the footy's a little one-sided at this stage.
Well, it's 16-8, 104 to 5-4, 34. As rucks go up again, Karras, he went up way too early. Freed up Young here for the Kangas. He pumps the ball forward, up towards half forward. That's not a mark. Half volley there to Jamison. Kick around the body. Dribbles out towards the goal square. Picked off there by North. It just bounced the wrong way. Now to Ash. Goes by a hand. Didn't go on his opposite right foot to Casson though. Probably a good move there by the captain.
The options are there, Chris.
And they're making quite use of it as Karras shields his eyes from the sun in the middle of the ground. Goes by hand to Foreman. He takes on Ty Cuff. He also takes on Pete Robertson and sends the ball up towards an half forward to Darby.
That was good play, Chris. That passage of play, you can replay that and say that's what you call creating space. That's what you call the loose man. That's what you call accurate kicking. Good handball. It had it all.
Speaking of accurate kicking, Darby goes.
Oh!
Bang! Hoi! They're up and about here as Darby kicks his first. RDFL.org.au this week. I'm going to be watching the highlights of that one. Some brilliant play of Foreman, even taking on his own teammates.
That's right.
Arrogance. Or just classiness to show off.
It was just sheer class there, mate. The cream came to the top, and it was just great football to watch. You've been dispassionate about it. It was just good football. Well, exciting time here. So again, it's still a nice sunny day, not cold, and I think we're going to have blood pressure keep us warm now because the players that exciting. It actually gets your blood circulating, and it warms up the whole of your body, so to speak. Here we go.
Darby becomes the 11th goal kicker for the Bombers. They're 17-8, 110 to 5-4, 34. As Sutherland comes off the ground, Darby goes up. Bruno goes up, brings the ball to ground. Did Selberg have possession of the ball? Yes, he did. Umpire Jason Mousley will see a ball up. Umpires have worked really well today. They've
done a good job. They've not been they've been invisible. That's always a good sign for the umpire. They haven't really just let the play go a bit.
And that's just not we're looking after. They've generally the two have been working really well.
Yeah.
And one of the things I personally love as an umpire, and also being an umpire too, Kenny, but from a visual perspective, a commentator's perspective, you know what they're paying. They've got the actions. They're very physical.
Yep.
So you can't disagree.
They've been consistent. You don't see players disagreeing with them. Then everyone just copped, okay, it was there, and the players just get on with it and play according to the umpire, and it's good. Ball
heads deep inside the forward 50. Ruffle overruns it. As a Bombers player, he's absolutely poleaxed there thanks to a strong Kangaroos tackle. Ball in the arms of, I think, Adam Welsh. Dishes that by hand towards a teammate there on the half volley. That was Jamison. Ball about 60 metres out from the Bombers' goal. Handballed over the top there from Anthony Samet towards the path of Blade. Up towards the corridor now, the Kangaroos. Overrun there was Jason King, but he was copped a strained knee by a player running past and a free kick for a high tackle.
Just out of interest, I did go and try and find out about how Tom Borg was, but there was no one in the dressing room there at three-quarter time, and no one I could chase up. We'll certainly try and follow up before we finish our broadcast this afternoon.
You're a star, Kenny. Tom Borg taken off on a stretcher for the Kangaroos as Streif takes an uncontested mark 45 metres out from goal. I was hoping to say that a little bit sooner, Kenny, an uncontested mark. They were able to find that space.
Yes, he's got nice green boots on. Let's just say something colourful about the game. Nice vital green. You'd have to be able to play footy if you wear boots like that. It's like Sam Newman with his big white boots when he was playing years ago.
Or when Kyle Remus used to wear the orange boots there for the Bombers.
That's right.
He couldn't really play.
You said that.
As a Bombers man, as Street pulls the trigger.
Boy.
That's through.
That's a goal. That was a fine kick right on the 50-metre mark, and it just got clear the outstretched fingertips of the fullback there, and that is a goal, and it'd be very, very nicely received, I'd suggest, from the Kangaroos, and that brings the score now to
6-4, 40 to 17-8, 110 back to 70 points the margin, and Streif becomes the 17th goal kicker out of 23 goals today.
They've certainly been sharing it around this afternoon. It's not one of those days we've got everything's focused on Matty Davidson or something like that. It's actually been a real team effort as far as the conversions through the big sticks. Ball up.
Rucks will go up again. Bruno, just a backhander to a teammate who He's rolled over in the tackle there. I think that's King working hard there to Matt Leonard, who's playing further into the midfield now. Jake Powell sends the ball forward. We've ticked on 13 minutes into this final term. Dave House, again, very quiet, goes by hand, but it's turned over. And the Bombers with a kick up towards the middle of the ground. King tries to take a one too many. He is GAWN. Gone.
Gone.
And a free kick. It'll go towards Pete Robertson in front of Trimballi. He kicks the ball out to us here on the commentary side. It's a 2-on-1. Casson, he slipped over there at the crucial stage, and it comes off the knee of Kane North, and we'll see a boundary throw in smack bang almost right in front of us, fraction to the left, as umpire Pat Blauman will throw this ball in. Working hard today. He's worked up a sweat there, Paddy. So the umpire's working very hard, very warm out there in the clinches as King working very hard. He's wrapped up there by Pete Robertson about 65 metres out from goal. It's 110-40 in favour of the Bombers. 14 gone, final term.
Around this stage of the day, I just looked at my watch now. For a little bit of chill coming in the air, I looked at my watch and said after 4 o'clock. Whenever you get after 4 o'clock in the Rangers, it tends that little chill factor sneaks in. But it's still very pleasant and good footy weather.
As the shade really does kick in too, as the ball knocked inside the forward 50 there for the Kangas, kicking to the left of Riddell. Or the Township end as Dylan Murphy, likely type, coming to his own in this second half. He's wrapped up, ball pack starts to form about 40 metres out from goal, and we will see a ball up.
Yes, just a reminder, happy Mother's Day to all our mums who are listening out there, and of course Dougie McIver and his lovely wife Jan, who recently celebrated 50 years of marriage, and I hope they've had a very lovely day today.
Well, I think they're down in Melbourne just enjoying the festivities too, Kenny.
Fantastic.
There's Camp Casson, his poleaxe there. Dave House working in, almost just shoveled it out. Dan Salberg dispossessed there. Jacob Ope inside the forward 50. Baker, a bit of hit and miss again today. Goes by hand though along the boundary line to Jamison. He's wrapped up. And Lowry on the boundary line there for the Bombers. Plenty of players around this one on the right forward pocket. Umpire giving them every opportunity to move. And we'll see a ball up. And in fact, the free kick's been awarded to Jason King, the little terrier. Oh, I wouldn't want to. I'd love him on my team. I wouldn't want to be playing against him. He's a
little bit like my friend Jimmy Hepburn. You'd rather not be rather with him than against him.
Exactly.
And that was a behind.
Of course, there from King, who was within range, about 33 metres out from goal. We've just ticked on 16 minutes, back to 69 points.
Okay, ball kicked in, and number 4 has taken possession for Riddell.
Casson up towards the middle of the ground now, out towards Ross. He overruns it there. King, that was Campbell. He turned the ball over up towards the middle of the ground now to Blade. They're moving now, the Bombers, very, very quickly up towards centre half forward now. Ross was anticipating the bounce, but Kane Murphy came in to spoil the party. Now Jacob Opie, he overruns the ball. He's got time. No, he hasn't. The Bombers wrap him up. It's a ball up 40 metres out from goal. 3 goals to 1 for the term in favour of the Red and Black Army here this afternoon. We had a game-high margin of 76 points.
Pretty good spectacle though, and no one's left the ground. Everyone's sort of sitting back, even though it's fairly pretty well is one-sided. People still just enjoying the fresh air and a bit of football, and seeing a good exhibition from the Riddell team this afternoon.
We'll just keep getting better and better as a unit. And the margin, when the margin ballooned out to around 40 points in that second quarter, it looked very, very dangerous. Indeed. As they've owned this second half. So we've got another ball up. It is 110 to 41. 69 points the margin in favour of the Red and Black Army as Bruno brings it down. I think that was Matt Salmon up towards the goal square. And that went through for a minor score.
Ooh. Tell you what, Bruno's been in the thick of things, has he not? Had a wonderful day today. He certainly has been faultless in the ruck there, and pretty classy player overall, I'd suggest. I'd like him in my team as well, Yandy.
Yeah, well, his first game back from the year as Matt Leonard takes a mark at the goal square against Derby. The Kangaroos now kicking to the left of Riddell. They're trying to push up there as the ball up towards half forward on the other side. Big Dave Bruno, just perhaps around his ankles at that stage where the ball bounced, but he's got some support. An upper under kick there for the Bombers up towards Raffle. And he'll look to send the ball along here for the Bombers. In fact, he might even have a shot. He runs into 45. Who is on the mark? I've got no idea because he's just gone in and kicked an awesome goal. Oh, that is 5 for Big Ruffy. And the Bombers are up and about.
Thank you very much. The timing's always wonderful. One big mouthful of my cream bun, and the bloke goes and kicks a goal. I tell you what, very much thank you to the Riddell committee here, because these pink cakes are beautiful.
Oh, they're delicious. It's 18-9 to 6-5. 75 points the margin. 114? No. That's big margin anyway. I can't do the maths.
No, don't do the maths. It's all right. It's a big margin. We know that.
It's 75 points of margin here in Islands FM anyway. So it's 116 to 41. Finally got it as Kaufman. He's got a big centre clearance here for the Bombers up towards Baker. Ball about 25 metres out from goal. Socket off the ground out towards the boundary line. Trimboli keeps it in the field of play. Goes back by hand to a teammate, but it's turned over now as Geordie Taylor. Well, they're just fiddling around with it. The players out there on the outer side. Matty Walsh with the old-fashioned diving slips catch takes a mark. Now, we might be looking for Opie here. Will he have a shot? Not too sure. Can he rip into your tucker, mate? Take all the time he needs. Just that delicious. But Matty Walsh tucked up on a very, very tight angle. Wrong side for a right footer, just to paint the picture. Ball about 25 metres out from goal. He just goes back and kicks a minus score. Unfortunately there for the Kangaroos, as their hopes of finishing the game strongly appear to be fading away at the 20-minute mark. 74 points the margin.
I finished my pink cake strongly there, I can tell you right now. Absolutely delicious.
Good run of momentum there, Kenneth.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not on television, so all I can say, Yendi.
A big kick up towards the middle of the ground, and a mark paid there to Ryan Pretty, as the umpire Dan Worley smack a bang right on it, as Pretty will have the ball along the other cricket pitch.
He's got the pink boots on there. Are they pink? Or just call it pink or orange?
I will say he's pink to getting into the spirit of
that's right.
Pick Day here at the Bombers. Ball inside the forward 50.
Oh,
Young.
Mark, yes.
Beautiful. Good mark about 40 metres out from goal. And he's got a chance to become the first multiple goal kicker for the Kangaroos this afternoon.
Jake Young going back.
At the moment it scores 6-6-42 to 18-9, 116. The Kangaroos score, that was the Bombers score in the first term.
In he comes, sinks the boot in.
And he's just snuck it home. Good kick, good goal.
Yes, yes.
And they've struck their second goal for the term there, the Kangaroos, at the 21-minute mark of the term, but back to 68 points the margin. And good work there from Young to become the first multiple goal scorer in the Kangaroos.
And also the goalkeeper there, the goal umpire, I should say, doing a little bit of the, looked like line dancing there, jumping around there to position himself perfectly to adjudicate on that particular kick. But lovely footwork there, umpire, sir. I'm not sure that's great.
There's Graham Carter. We've actually got we've got John Buttigieg, who's replaced Bruce Bizarro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a bit of. But there
you go.
I know.
Thanks very much.
I think I was involved in one of the switchovers there. So there's no secrets here.
No.
The men in fluoro. But of course, good work there from Butters, who was out at Romsey yesterday as well. He did the goal umpiring work
good stuff
as well. So double duties there, and I know Graham Carter was out there too. As Rucks will go up again. As Bruno, just a clever tap over the back to Matt Samet. Handball though, it's out to his brother, and he was old-fashioned leg blindsided there to the umpire. I don't know, I'm taking a guess here. It is happening too quick for my liking.
Oh yeah.
Although quick game of football is fantastic as Kenny switches the old spectacles.
That's it. Switch them around. I know the long distance one's on now, but oh gosh.
Ball up now. Ball about 75 metres out from the Bombers' goal. And we will see ball up again. It's currently 18-9, 116 to 7-6-48.
Bruno, as he's always done, takes the ruck, but rows to the wrong bloke. Rucks to the wrong bloke.
Oh, he has. I don't think he's lost one all day,
no,
though, Bruno. As Anthony Leonard takes a mark across the true centre-half back position for the Kangas, who are kicking to the left of Riddell. Short kick over the top and finds Dylan Cuff. Plenty of brothers out here for both sides. Kick up towards half forward. Streif couldn't quite take the mark. Wraps up his opponent beautifully there across our back. Kick there from Robertson. Up towards Ross. Handballs over the top beautifully. Oh, this is
Clever
good to
stuff,
watch.
isn't it? Clever stuff.
Would love to see a goal here. Raffle. Dan Gregory takes a mark.
He spoilt the party then, mate. Don't tell you that we've got players that are going to figure in our Hanging Rock Winery Player of the Day, and Bruno's up there on my list. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, he's been an absolute star. It's a big contest there at centre half forward for the Bombers. Results in the Kangaroos kicking the ball out towards Opie. Here on centre wing, takes the mark, plays on, wheels around that trusty right foot, up towards centre half forward. Bruno is hot in the gun now. Oh, couldn't quite take the mark, slips out towards Young. Oh, he slips out beautifully. Can he get a kick? No, he finds it to stream. 40 metres out from goal, kicks away to the right.
Ooh, a minor score, but at least it's a score there for the Kangaroos in the dying stage of the game. We're about the 20-minute mark, Andy, you reckon?
Oh, just ticked on 24.
24, blimey, it's even. Each of the quarters today have been very lengthy, about 24, 25 minutes, but there won't be much left in this particular game. And yes, we'll certainly see a handsome victory for the home team this afternoon, of course, and that is the Bombers.
Big
Good
kick.
mark for Bruno again. I mean, I shouldn't have mentioned this bloke. He pumped his tyres right up.
Yep, he's been listening to, and I'll say that was a free kick in that case, as
Yes.
Dan Selberg turns it over to Jake Powell of the Kangaroos here on centre wing. Kick up towards half forward, spots up at fine street in front of Tim Hill, who had a good first term and really sighted since. As Kane North bounces off his chest. Here's a chance for him to dribble. I'd love to see him kick a goal, or better yet, Matty Walsh, who does that.
Just did that.
Oh.
Oh, Matty Welsh. Yes, the game might be over. We've still got plenty of go in us, they say, and they're at least giving their fans a little bit of encouragement for future weeks. And tell you what, at least they can cling on a good win in the under-18s this afternoon, Chris. And again, that's your future's always lying down in that grade. So I mean, that augurs well for the future for the Kangaroos. And they've met a really well-conditioned, very disciplined side this afternoon in the Bombers.
Well, they're finishing strongly. They've kicked the last couple of goals. They've had the last 4 scoring shots, and they'll be only perhaps seconds into this one. But if they could get another one, get the margin back under 10 goals, they'd probably take some positives out of that. Whether the Bombers have taken the foot off the gas, we're not too sure. The Kangaroos, very tough opposition. 61 points the margin as we see another ball up. It's 55 to 116. 4 goals to 3 for the quarter in favour of the eventual winners today. As rucks go up, I think it was Ryan Pretty, couldn't bring the ball to ground. Good trap there from Anthony Samet, working hard on hands and knees. Dished out there from Opie. Kangaroos getting some momentum here. King up towards half forward. Bombers all over this. Bang! Harry Taylor.
Good, tough football.
He went back with the flight of the ball and a good, strong mark. As his brother Geordie looks on and goes, I wish I could do that.
Oh.
As Kaufman takes a mark here on centre wing, goes to tie, cuff, kick up towards half forward now. Harry Taylor, lots of Taylor boys involved in this contest. As Campbell there for the Kangas, trying to work hard.
He's trying to muscle his way through.
Well, we've got Harry Taylor who takes a good courageous mark, and Geordie Taylor makes a really good tackle.
That's right, yes, indeed.
Good work there by the brothers in arms as Bruno wins the tap down on the bell.
Siren. There's the bell. And a comprehensive victory to the home side, to the Riddell Bombers this afternoon, with a very flashy show of their abilities, great marking, great handball, good vision. They just had to play the moving game all the time. They had players that were just making position, and there was another option. They'd create an option. And far too often for the Kangaroos, it was sort of prop and cop stuff. They'd get the football, they'd have to wait to search for options. And by the time the options came, it wasn't an option anymore. So I tell you what, we'll have a bit of a break, but we'll be back to try and catch up some... in fact, we might try and do some interviews and catch up with some players now, rather than go for the break. It's up to you, Yendi. Whichever you'd like to do. We can quite...
For glory and fame, see the Bombers fly up. The other teams, they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't contest as the Bombers fly up.
Up. Ho ho.
Boys.
We're going to try and get some words out of Joel Morrison here, Kenny.
Yes, go for it.
A very tough effort here today, mate.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
How did you find the opposition?
yeah, they were all right. Yeah, good side. You know, we knew we had to come to play today.
And how did you enjoy playing up in the forward line with Jimmy Nolan out of action?
Yeah, that was good. You know, it gave me an opportunity to have a bit more of a go with Plugger out. So, yeah, it was good.
Well done, mate. Good win.
Cheers.
Okay, Andy, that's well, good work.